Hi everybody, this is Sister Omi. I hope everyone's doing well. I'm here to do the weekly overview, and it'll be from now until the 21st, which is the beginning of solstice, the 21st, 22nd. Was that right? Yes, I had to pull out my trusty calendar. Yes, so it'll be like at the beginning of the solstice. And I hope, as I said, I hope everyone's doing well. This week, I laid out the cards, and I'm looking at them, and what I think is interesting is that we're in Sagittarius season, and Sagittarius is through the 21st of the month, right at the solstice. So this is the time still of reaching out into the world, trying to time to connect with something larger than ourselves, or looking at the bigger picture. So I think this last week going into solstice is really going to be quite beneficial. And starting off though, I pulled the chakra card. And the chakra card I pulled is the crown chakra, which I think is interesting. The mind, your crown, your brain, how you see things. I am presence. This is about connecting with the God source of your understanding, your spiritual virtues. God in itself, or the God source, is a place of timeless, spaceless, all-knowing, all-loving connectiveness. And this week would be a good week to connect with that. Pulling this card, or pulling the I am presence, this is a good time. This is about pure love and healing energy. It's angelic, divine aspect of our soul. This is something each and every one of us has. The I am presence. In a biblical sense, you think of, God blew his breath into you. Each of us are gods within ourselves. And becoming more aware of that. That is why they say Christ had a halo, because he was aware of of the consciousness to the God source, and that's what he was trying to bring man to. Now I know there's different variations of that, but to paint the picture, I just want you to kind of visualize that when you think of all the pictures. And I understand that we are in a society that likes to play with semantics. So God, your angels, your ancestors, your higher self, the higher mind. This is a time to tap into that source. So if you've been feeling lost, or maybe there's been some lack of direction, that I am presence really holds the answers that we're all looking for. And it's like life, the ebb and flow of life. Everyone has good days, bad days. You could be going through something you're not sure, or what I'm trying to think of that phrase, that moment of consciousness, or the light bulb went off, all of a sudden, eureka, you get it. These are all things that happen right at that moment when you really become aware. And I am a firm believer you have a lot of aware moments all the time. So pulling this card, you're being guided to take some time to strengthen and deepen your connection by meditating. Excuse me. You can meditate, you could write. There's also, like, some people cannot meditate. I'm saying that, they just can't get into it. But you also have moving meditation, such as yoga, or find something that works for you. Everyone has to find their way to tap into that higher vibration of the soul, because once you do, there's an abundance of positive energy that's there, and it's going to take hard work and commitment to get to that state of being, and it's a constant. Because, as I said, the ebb and flow of life, we have some days that are really good and some days that are bad, and we're just trying to hold on to that. So this week, what makes it, for me, that makes it seem so interesting is, since we're in the Sagittarius season right now, it's about reaching out. You can connect with others. But this really is not a good time, I would say, to start any major project, because right now the moon is decreasing in light. So if anything, it's time to finish up some things that you may have started in the last cycle. Whatever revelations you may have had last week, what can be done about them? This is the week to kind of tap into that and see how you can bring those to conclusion, or some type of phase, so that you can take it to the next step. However, I also want you to know, like I said, like when I was talking about meditation, drawing and painting may be good if that could be your thing. I'm just saying, anything that could help you tap into that inner vision, just so you don't lose focus. Okay? Now, the first card that I pulled is the Eight of Air. Now, 8 in itself is about hope. And air is of the mind. It's like in this moment. We want to tap into that I am presence in this moment, because if you look at this card, you see the bird here is like caged in. So maybe you're feeling boxed in. Maybe you have some fear or anxiety. Or maybe, well, with that fear and anxiety, what I want to say is maybe you feel paralyzed, that feeling stuck, not knowing what to do. Remember, I mentioned that with that I am presence. Sometimes that moment of consciousness, maybe you just don't know what to do, and you just feel paralyzed at this moment. And since it's of the mind, and we're coming into that decreasing phase here, and maybe you want to reach out, you don't know how, or maybe you just have so much on your mind, because 'tis the season, people running around trying to do this, trying to be everything to everybody, and sometimes you just can't do it. There comes to a point where you just have to accept where you're at. But this could be different for anyone. Of the mind. You could have stuff going on at work, in your relationships, money, whatever applies to you. But maybe you're just feeling boxed in and paralyzed at this moment. Or you could be coming out of that phase. And the reason I say that is because the next card here is the Three of Water. And 3 is about the journey. And this is that emotional journey. Finding your stride, getting to the core of the issue. Now, this Three of Water, if you think about it in a biblical sense, the Father, Son, the Holy Spirit, or pulling together your mind, body, and soul. This is to let you know that you have love and support. It is around you. Or let's use another analogy, is you have a tribe. Or maybe you're feeling a little anxious because you haven't found your tribe, but your tribe is there. So in this last week of this Sagittarius period, before we move into Capricorn. I think that's at the solstice too. Well, when is that? This weekend? Next weekend? No, this weekend. Whenever Capricorn start. I'm not sure if it is probably like the 22nd. I'm not sure. Don't hold me to that, because I know every year the date kind of changes a day or so. Till we go into the Capricorn season. This is a good time to reach out. Find your tribe, if you haven't. And if you have a tribe, everyone has a tribe sometime. But sometimes you don't want to reach out to them because you feel like everything that you may be holding on to, all the things that you're dealing with, you don't want to reach out. But this is to let you know that you have support. You have the emotional support you need. You just have to be able to reach out. There could be that moment that light bulb goes off and say, oh, wait, I do have someone or a group that I can connect with. Because, family, we have our blood family, and then we have the family we choose as family. So, with that said, this Sag reaching out, this could be a time of discovery. Maybe it's even finding a new group or a new form of emotional support, or a new way to bring together that mind, body, and spirit, even if it's through that meditation to calm some of the things that are really on your mind at this time. Because I don't know, I like statistics, okay? So sometimes you look at it this time of year, you find people commit suicide or, doing crazy things because they can't buy gifts. Well, you know what? Like I used to tell my son, it ain't your birthday, and you should be grateful if you have family and a good meal. And all these years, it's like those are the things you try. I myself, that's what I appreciate, because I would not want you to feel forced to buy me something because it's Christmas. Actually, you could have Christmas in May, because I like the element of surprise. It's like you're being forced to do things, but we're getting away from what the meaning is. And really, this is a time to just be grateful. And what brings me into this 9 of water, more emotion, more. And 9 here, can you see that? 9 in itself is really kind of about beginning to grow into. There may be some type of rapid increase. And water is emotion. And you look at this. The net isn't pulled up yet. Oh, excuse me. Excuse me again. The net isn't pulled up. And you may lose some fish as you pull it up, but that's okay, because you look at it, you got enough. And the other fascinating thing is the moon. Moon is mother. My mother is looking out. You gonna be all right. Chill, relax. That's what this is saying. Because when you get to the point where you finish pulling this up, you have more than enough. And even if you haven't pulled it up at this particular time, just think about it. You got a boat. You got the ability to fish. You still got a lot to be grateful for. And you got your mother looking out and looking. The moon is mother. These are the phases of the moon. So that's why, like, at this particular decreasing moon, it's like it's not really time to start anything new. It's about finishing. So you can finish pulling up some of the seeds you may have planted back at the last new moon. And at the full moon, maybe you get rid of some things that you don't want to hold on to, or should I say, utilizing what you need and getting rid of some old habits, or maybe the way you fish. Maybe you used to fish a little different, and now you're starting to implement those things. But you are being protected. Mother is watching, and you have enough. Look at that net. You got enough to feed other people. You have enough. It's like we in this particular society, or should I say, like going back to the statistic, like at this time of year where people like really start to, can kind of lose it because they can't do certain things. You think if you got a loaf of bread and you have your family, you have a lot. And you think about it, some people don't have that. So really, when you think about it, this time, it's really about being grateful. Being grateful. Now, I also have here the Two of Swords. Now, the Two of Swords is about coming. The two is about coming together. Now, if you look at the Rider-Waite deck instead of this deck, you see the lady, she sits there with the blindfold and she's got the swords, her hands are crossed, and she's got the swords with the covering of her eye, and she's like alone. So, the swords being of the mind, let's look at it. Even though you see this elder there and this person, maybe it's coming together. This elder could represent that epiphany. And this could be more or less coming together of your higher mind. It could be coming together because during this season, that moment, you're reaching out. You have the ability. You don't have to stay in this place of anxiety, feeling paralyzed or anything like that. You can reach out. There is a soul emotional group for you. So here, we're talking about coming together. And if you've been lonely or alone, now mind you, there's a difference of, being lonely and alone. I think it's a matter of depth. Reach out. Just reach out. And with this is about reaching out for friendship. Reaching out for some type of alliance. Reaching out to grab hold of some type of stability or clarity. And the clarity is, this is a wise person. Maybe you can reach out, speak to some wise person to get you out of this particular state, if that's what you're in or what you have experienced. There's a tribe for you. And also realize what this really represents is beginning into starting to grow into something else. So in order to evolve, you may have to reach out for that stability, even if it's just someone to talk to. But when you think about it, in that relationship, since this is general, this is not for one individual person, I'm interpreting this as that wise. You see that wise man? That wise man is that I am presence that's already in you, that is there, that is available, and always ready for you to tap into. It's just take that moment to meditate. Like I said, some people can't do that. Maybe you have to do flow, like some yoga, like vinyasa yoga or something like that, to help you come into yourself. And that wise man is going to have this, like, see the light bulb, that epiphany. Because the way, it's like you see the way he's just touching him. It's like he's standing proud. It's like he's got his chin up and he's coming. It's like he's touching him and he's giving him a gift. He's got a gift that he's sharing so that he can move on his trail and know that if he has to come back, he's there. So that's that I am presence in all of us. And this is the week I really feel that we all need to just tap into that. Now, the message card, let me see, I got the card book over here. The message card here, or I always call these the message from Spirit. The message from Spirit is the Page of Cups. And when you think of a page, you think of like an impulsive little toddler, a teenager or apprentice, someone with lack of direction on occasion, or occasionally misunderstood. However, this card represents art and inspiration, love, passion. And how can you apply that love, passion, that inspiration to whatever area of your life that you may be feeling some type of way? How do you tap into that? How do you use that energy? That's also that I am present, that light that like gets you going. And the message from the page is continue to study and to dedicate yourself to what you are doing, and good results will not take long to arrive. But do not let yourself be distracted by fake illusions, by illusions. And when I talk about some of these illusions, you know, guys, yo, that girl look good. Or the girl, that boy fine, he fine. It's not fine, he fine. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Distractions. Or I'm going to work 15 hours a day to get all this overtime and wear your body down. That could be a distraction when you need to take the time and just be grateful. And I'm not saying don't work, don't study, don't put your energy into the things that you want. But this is water, so we're talking about your emotional well-being here. So you don't want to wear yourself down. So maybe instead of trying to work 15 hours a day, maybe you work 10. Give yourself 2 hours overtime if that's what you want to do. Moderation. And take the time to be grateful for who you have that really support you. I'm not talking about them superficial friends that, you know, are always around when you're doing good, because that's a distraction. I'm talking about the people who are there for you, hell or high water, thick and thin. What is it? I'm down. They down with you. Or what is that? I'm trying to think. Ride or die. That's your ride or die. You know, that's different, because you know that your ride or die, excuse me, is this right here. It could be that person if you're not tapping into yourself. So I just want to encourage you to stay focused, but maintain your emotional balance during this time. Now, as you may know, for me, everything is in nature. And this is the oak tree. Now, you know the oak trees make some fine, durable furniture. And the message here is strength grows through time, bringing the reward of honestly living up to your great expectations. So in order to live to your great expectations, you can't allow yourself to be distracted by, you know, he fine, she fine. Those are my boys. Yeah, they're your boys, but they're only there while you're doing good. So these are things you just cannot allow yourself to be distracted. Pull on your strength. You pull on your strength. What this is saying is there's an opportunity coming. And so instead of wearing yourself out, give yourself some quiet time so you can tap into that I am presence. And when you could do that, if you're feeling any doubts or fears, anxiety, you can release yourself from that if you Tap into your tribe. Tap into your mind, body, and spirit. Tap into your family, balancing out all this emotion. And realize, you see that? You have enough. And there's a lot to be grateful for. So whatever you have right now, to take some time, just sit and be quiet and just be grateful. You know, the moon is mother. She's looking out. And if you need to reach out for some friendship, if it's the God within you, or your ride or die, or your best bud, whatever you want to call it, that's what you need to do, because that's what this is about, your friendship. And also realizing, stay focused. Remember, because this is like a childlike energy. So children sometimes, you know, it takes a little bit to stay focused. And that's what's needed here. Just continue to study and dedicate yourself to what you are doing to get the results. In order to do that, you need to pull on the strength of the oak tree, because there is an opportunity, there is a gift, there is a blessing. You know, we know we like to play with semantics. So however you want to look at it, stay focused, pull on your strength, because there's something that's going to happen for you. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pull, I didn't mean to say what was what. I'm going to pull a card for each element, okay? So let's see. We're in sad season, so let's start with fire. 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 Let's go with this. Overcoming obstacles. You can overcome anything. You can come out of this and find your tribe and pull on your strength. Just stay focused. Okay, fire? You can overcome anything. Wow, that is beautiful, isn't it? Overcoming obstacles. So that was fire. Okay, so we had the I am presence. This was crowning it, the crown chakra. So let's go with the air, the mind. Spirit, give me a card. Okay, here we go. Crossing bridges. It's time for healing, connecting, mending, and releasing. Oh, what'd I say? Connect with your tribe. Mending, healing, and connecting. If you're not connecting with your higher self, maybe you're connecting with your best bud. But ultimately, it's all going to help you get to that I am presence. Have that epiphany. Whew. I think that was beautiful. So we had fire, air, and all this water on the table. Let's do water. Wow. Silence. In silence, peace prevails. Meditate. Take that time. It's just you know what's good to do? Write in that time to be quiet, just write a list of what you could be grateful for. Whew. And maybe that light bulb will go off. And you can pull into your strength and realize you have enough. Because you know the moon is mother and she's looking out. Alright, so now we got the earth. Okay, I didn't give the signs. Okay, so earth, I'm sorry, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. Spirit, give me a card for the earth folk. Vast vistas. Expand your horizon. Interesting, we're in sad season. Expand your horizon. Reach out. Reach out to others. Expand your mind. Maybe for you, Earth people, maybe you've been on the grind, so really you need to tap into your tribe and be part of a bigger whole. Expand your horizons. Wow. I don't know about y'all, but I think this is going to be an amazing, amazing, amazing week. We all have that opportunity to tap into that I am presence. Now that I picked this card up again, I want to encourage each and every one of you. You know, with this crown chakra, I encourage you to make sure you're drinking a lot of water. You know, this is really very, very good, because this is also a form of cleansing. And with the crown chakra, you know, if you're working your crown, it's also like working your roots. So if you can get out, get into nature, breathe, get out in the sun, and maybe put your back against a tree and visualize the future that you want. I'm just saying. These are things that could stimulate your perception and your intuition. So we don't want to start anything, but maybe we need to stimulate our intuitiveness and our perception. So please like, share, subscribe. Feel free to leave a comment below. Give me a thumbs up. This is Sister Omi. Peace.